Guys, welcome to the channel. This is a song that has been recommended to me a couple of times, and I definitely think it's worth a watch. This is a channel, Mr. Biscuit Speaks, where we discover and unpack insights that sometimes were hidden and the beautiful mastery of certain artists over their craft when they're trying to express an idea. Let's see what this one is hitting on, guys. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm up and I won't look down, hey, long enough to see me drown. And if I ever come down, I'll be falling on the solid ground, falling on the solid ground, hey, long enough to see me drown. And if I ever come down, I'll be falling on the solid ground.
Today I had a conversation with one of my bros. My homie, he's been close to me since we were 6 years old. He calls my mama mom, he's seen all of my highs and lows.
I want you to focus, first of all, on how Joyner is looking at this guy.
I'm up and I won't look down.
I mean, look at that. What does that facial expression say to you? Because a lot of times what's understood doesn't need to be spoken, right? This is a perfect facial expression to kind of focus on and to kind of notice.
Hey, long enough to see me drown.
Notice that he is sitting at the head of the table, across from Joyner, who's also sitting at the head of the
If
table.
I ever come down,
And look how he's looking at him, right? Everyone else looks like they're having fun, like they're eating, they're drinking, they're kind of having this party, this celebration. And he's just looking right across the table right now. All of this is very, very important to the narrative.
I'll be falling on the solid ground, falling on the solid ground. Hey, long enough to see me drown. And if I ever come down, I'll be falling on the solid ground.
Today I had a conversation with one of my bros. My homie, he's been close to me since we were 6 years old. He calls my mama mom, he's seen all of my highs and lows. From school fights to sharing clothes, from b-ball to fucking hoes. He sat me down to let me know some things he never told me. Things he never got a chance to say or even show me. He said, I know that I don't tell you often, maybe not even at all, but I'm so proud of you and your success, Broski.
I'm so proud of you and your success, Broski. So look behind this person. Look at this giant mansion. Almost looks like a palace, right? These are the accomplishments of the person who he is about to address, namely Joyner Lucas. Let's see.
And I admire how you chase your dreams, that shit's courageous. Thank you for never switching up when you got rich and famous. Thank you for never giving up on me or having lesser love for me whenever we lose touch and be on different pages. I hope you know I'm here for you the way you there for me. It's crazy, you done more for me than on my family tree. And when I say I got your back, just know I really squeeze and make some niggas really bleed. That's really what I really mean. I'm proud of how much you matured and grew, but you still you. The world knows you for your talent, but I know the real you. And all your traumas behind closed.
The world knows you for your talents, but I know the real you. Now, based on what exactly he means by this, because you hear some trouble rising. You hear the beat becoming more and more disturbing gradually. So he says, a lot of people know you for your talents, but I know the real you. That either sounds really comforting, like you have a brother, or it could sound like a threat based on how you take it.
Those doors you never held, don't know what I really mean. I'm proud of how much you matured and grew, but you still you. The world knows you for your talent, but I know the real you. And all your traumas behind closed doors you never held through. And all the pain you act like you don't feel, but you still do. I love the fact you keep your shit together mentally.
You see how some of the guests are starting to look at Joyner Lucas like, is this a conversation that the two of you need to have privately? I mean, there's
You work hard for your respect, don't need no empathy. When people look you over and shut you out intentionally, you always said if they don't fuck with you, they will eventually. And remember when I went to prison, when I did a bid and you the only one that came to visit. Put money on my books and send me pictures of some bitches. They don't make them like you no more, my nigga, you just different. And bro, you ain't have to pay my niece's tuition or set me up with that new job and try to teach me the business. Always quick to hold me down before you speak, you repeat.
So Joyner tried to set him up with a job and try to teach him the business, right? So this is where it slowly starts to leak out, guys, that the person addressing Joyner right now really kind of wants what Joyner has. As a matter of fact, he tried to learn it.
Opinion, what goes around comes different. And bro, you ain't have to pay my niece's tuition or set me up with that new job and try to teach me the business. Always quick to hold me down before you speak your opinion. What goes around comes around, and that's the reason you winning. But
guys, so did you see that last little
before
shot
you
right
speak your opinion, what goes around comes around, and that's
they're drinking already. So it's now coming to light that this was never a toast, right? Because I mean, you propose a toast, you say a couple of nice things, and then everyone kind of gets back to the party. Everyone is just subtly drinking again, guys. This isn't a toast.
the reason you winning. But listen, I was thinking maybe since you my broski and I've been there since we was babies, you can hit the bank and break me off with something wavy. Maybe just a couple 100,000, nothing crazy, cause I've been hurting lately.
Maybe just a couple 100,000, nothing crazy. So this kind of shows how long this cycle has been happening between these two. If a couple $100,000 is nothing crazy, and you're bold enough to say, nothing crazy, just a couple $100,000, you've been doing this since back when it was $20. Nothing crazy, just give me $20. Let me borrow $20. Let me get $100. Let me get $1,000. The success grows. Let me get $10,000. At this point, it's like a couple $100,000, nothing crazy, right? When the entitlement, like the fact that you can take something like that for granted.
And I deserve it, maybe.
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Been there since we was babies. You can hit the bank and break me off with something wavy. Maybe just a couple 100,000, nothing crazy, cause I've been hurting lately, and I deserve it, maybe. And if you can't do it, that's cool. It ain't like I'll be angry.
And I deserve it, maybe.
You still my broski and I love you, but that's kinda shady, cause I've been going through some shit. It ain't like I'm just lazy, so maybe you should pay me. I quit my job cause I don't wanna work for no other niggas. Well, maybe works for some, don't work for some other niggas. Yeah, they pay good, but I'm a stubborn nigga. Plus, I know you got my back, right?
So the job that Joyner got him, it paid good, but he wants more, right? He doesn't want to be, listen, guys, when you're chasing Mount Delectable, which I'll always, in the Divine Comedy, Dante Inferno, when you find yourself in a forest dark for the right way has been lost, there's always the temptation to climb that mountain of success, to climb that dominance hierarchy, to try to make 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. The problem with that mountain is that there is no peak. There is no peak. There's no high enough amount of money to really satisfy someone who has envy in their heart.
If not, then fuck it, I ain't asking again. Just don't forget who walked with you when you're back to the wind. And don't forget whose ideas I got you rapping again when you lost your passion and got lazy and was slacking and shit. And please don't treat me like them niggas that be asking for shit, cause I never asked you for a damn thing. I'd rather pull a hamstring and then run across some fan blades while jumping out of airplane, or sitting in the damn rain while begging for some spare change. I'm sorry that we all can't be talented and rich like you. The little people still struggle, we ain't lit like you. And if we being honest, it don't really seem like you want me to chase my dreams so I can get like you. And lately you've been on some sucker shit, that's what I see, broski.
So now he's taking the jacket off. Like he's like, I'm gonna really hurt you, right? So someone who seems like, and leave in the comments if you've ever had a situation like this, where someone who seemed like they were always so close to you revealed a side of themselves that you never knew existed because of a change that you had to make in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial success, but some radical change. And the thing is, there's a book called The Way of Integrity by Martha Beck. And she talks to you about how when you actually have your meaning-making machinery in alignment, which is integrity, when you become a person, a man or woman of integrity, you will lose friends who prefer that you wear the mask, right? And people who you thought you knew, even sometimes, unfortunately, guys, this will be friends and family, will just turn on you on a dime.
I hope you know that hater shit is a disease, broski. Cause last time I checked, we was a fucking team. And just because you got paper don't mean that you better than me, broski. I know everything about you. I know every single secret. I know where you rest your head at. I know every bitch you sleep with. I know where you keep your bread at. I pretend that I don't see shit. You a greedy motherfucker. You been hoping I don't be shit. You been getting fat while I've been starving. You been buying every car and house while I've been in the garbage. I deserve everything, you got it more, and that's a bargain. You just wanna shit on me and see me falling, that's alarming. You just hoping.
You see that fire letting smoke into the room? This is almost like a scene from Scent of a... no, that's not Scent of a Woman. That's another Al Pacino movie. The Devil's Advocate. You remember The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino? Or it looks like a room just like this, guys, with a big fire in the background when Al Pacino reveals that he has been Satan the entire time, right? And Keanu Reeves thought that they were partners. He thought that this was, someone who was a member of his family, essentially, someone who had led him to success. And then at the end of the movie, in this giant, luxurious room, he reveals that he's in fact the devil.
I'm a tarnish. You don't want me to be nothing. You don't want to open doors for me. You did a little something, but you could have did a little more for me. No wonder why your father turned his back on you, unfortunately. No wonder why your niggas set them traps on you to sorcery.
Isn't it crazy how the closest people to your life can still hurt you the most? It's like, even though you've been disconnected from them, they've always just known that thing that really, really upsets you. I remember the arguments I used to have with my brother, my big brother, and I would know things. Back when we were kids, we would just know the thing to say to make the other person snap. And then that develops into your teenage years, into your young adulthood, right? There are certain people in your life that not only know what it takes to hurt you, but you know that if a certain point comes up, they'll use that. And it just brings you back down. It just makes you feel low, and it kind of destroys your perspective on the universe and destroys your landscape of salience. You know those kind of people?
You ain't nothing but a phony. You a liar. You a snake, and you can rap, but you ain't Kendrick. You ain't Cole. You ain't Drake. Can't believe I called you family. I should shoot you in the face.
Guys, of course, he's revealing all of his true colors at this point. There's a reaction I did, Money Game 3 with Ren. And in Money Game 3, Ren tells this story of a young man whose father will never, ever give him the credit for actually building something, and just reminds him of what he still hasn't accomplished yet. When I was a battle rapper, I was undefeated in Colorado for a long time. But then people started to be like, bro, you're undefeated in Colorado. Who cares? Who raps in Colorado? That doesn't mean you've done anything. So then I went to No Coast. It was, Columbia, Missouri, little, college towns or whatever. And I would sweep. I would win. And people are like, bro, you're rapping in Colorado and Missouri. Nobody cares about Colorado and Missouri. Then Sonny Bamboo found me and was like, hey, let's do grind time. I want you to come to Chicago and battle in Chicago. So I went undefeated for a while in Chicago. Still hadn't lost Colorado, Missouri, Chicago, and still had people saying, yo, bro, like, you're not a part of this league. You're not a part of this league. You haven't yet done this. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be some mountain you haven't climbed yet. And the people who remind you of that and try to send you further up this mountain that has no peak, these are the snakes in the grass you got to watch out for. And that's the poignant message behind this movie.
You used to act like you was real, but always knew that you was fake. You let the fame get to your head, and all it did was made you whack. I always knew the day would come when you would stab me in my back. One day your money gonna be gone, and I'll be happy, that's a fact. And then you'll move back to the hood, and I'll be laughing when you back. But you my nigga, and I love you, and I wanna see you win. I wouldn't place no one above you, and you always been my friend since we was stepping in the puddles. Real niggas don't pretend.
So look, I don't know how much of that speech was imagined, but going back to this just shows in a very beautiful and creative way that a lot of what just happened just occurred, of course, in Joyner Lucas's imagination. He sees what's truly going on with this character. I mean, just the fact that you're sitting at the head of the table on the other side, that you're, partying and trying to establish connections with these guests, connections that you don't even necessarily deserve or have the ability to take advantage of.
Cause you my brother, you my double, you my motherfucking twin. And I wanna let you know how I appreciate the things you show me. It's kinda hard to trust niggas, that's why I keep you closely. And look, I know that I don't tell you often, maybe not even at all, but I'm so proud of you and your success, Broski.
I'm up and I won't look down. Hey, long enough to see me drown.
Now, does Joyner's embrace and smile imply that he's just playing the game and that he knows what this person's genuine intentions are? Or is this a remark on something that's happened, that's been reoccurring in his life? That is he saying that he trusts too quickly?
If I ever come down, I'll be falling on the solid ground. Falling on the solid ground. Hey, long enough to see me drown.
There's that look again.
If I ever come down, I'll be falling on the solid.
Man, thanks for kicking it.